Who knew I'd be saying that one day? I'm gonna say some forbidden stuff here. I'm not doing that. I don't do heels. Hi everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I've started this video on a Monday night. I don't know why I decided to start filming tonight. Don't know why I didn't pick up the camera earlier in the day, but here we are. Welcome back to the Road to London Marathon series. We are officially 5 weeks away, I want to say, till marathon day, which is just absolutely crazy. Literally, it's like 4 weeks and 6 days to be exact, and I'm actually getting really excited. After completing yesterday's 30-kilometer long run, as hard as it was, especially doing inside on the treadmill, I'm just really excited. I felt a lot of emotions yesterday afternoon, and when I did the vlog, last week's vlog, I found it really hard to talk about because I was honestly just feeling like a whole range of emotions. But today, reflecting on it, like, it's just made me more excited. Like, I'm just so excited now to go and smash this marathon. I think it's gonna be such an amazing experience. My coach reached out to me overnight. For those of you who don't know, I have a running coach and he's actually based in the UK. And I woke up to this really beautiful voice message from him just being like, you should be so proud of yourself. 30 kilometers on a treadmill is just insane. And that just made me feel so good about myself. And yeah. Anyway, weird way to start off the vlog, I know. Today I've had a really productive day in terms of other things. So Mondays are typically my day where I do some content stuff. So I was really productive. I edited and put up the YouTube video, which will come out on a Tuesday, as all my YouTube videos drop on a Tuesday now for this series. And I've also edited this week's podcast, and I'm going to tell you now because it'll be out by the time the vlog drops. This week's episode of Just Cant, like my podcast that I co-host with my friend Ella, we have got an ex-Bachelor Australia contestant on. Her name is Jessica Brody. If you follow her, she's done a few reality TV shows, but I actually truly got to like her from following her social media. I just find she's really authentic and posts just a lot of fun, like quirky stuff. And you can tell she's not someone trying to live like an influencer life. Like, she's now moved to Thailand, is living her best life on a spiritual journey, doing Muay Thai fucking for hours a day. And it was just really nice. We had a great chat, getting a lot of reality TV tea, but also just diving into what living your best life looks like for her.
Definitely had periods of being like, honestly, I made some amazing friends. There's a lot of people in there that I could just tell straight away didn't like me before knowing me. You kind of go a bit crazy and you get the zoomies and you do all this weird shit. People are so quick to say, well, why the fuck would you act like that? That's so stupid. And it's like, you don't understand. Like, I was not my right self. That's not how I would have acted in the outside world. And I chased after her and tried to like have a physical altercation with her. I'm open about it. I've said on multiple podcasts, what the content that you get on there is not explicit. I have like a mum and dad for the first time in my life. Like, the childhood me is so happy right now. I'm just really, really happy, and it's genuine joy.
It was just amazing. So that will be out by the time this vlog comes out. So I'd highly recommend you listen to it. I was really happy. I had a really productive day. I do feel a little bit sore from yesterday's 30K run. Last night, I was definitely feeling it. I'm very lucky that my partner agrees to give me a massage after a big run, and he did. And so I do feel a little bit sore today, but not as bad as I think I could be. So I've got a little bit of muscle tightness, but otherwise we are holding out okay, which is again, promising for marathon day. I think after the marathon I will book a proper massage in maybe the second day after. So yeah, feeling really good. I'm just in this mood at the moment where I'm just really appreciative of what life is giving me. And I feel like having come out of the back of like corporate and just being really unhappy with my day-to-day life, like I feel like I'm in a position at the moment where I'm really just happy and I'm living my best life, and I feel like the universe is on my side, and I'm just really, really happy with everything. Just to give you an example, today I just happened to reach out and message someone that I really adore on social media and was like, what can I do to get you on my podcast? Thinking like the chances of them replying are none and buckly. And they responded pretty much straight away being like, keen, let's do it. And now I've secured this amazing podcast guest who is someone I didn't even think we'd get, and has their own podcast and is incredibly busy. And there's just things like that where you're like, holy crap, like, what is life? And reflecting on the fact that, you know, I ran 30 kilometers yesterday, I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? Like, I don't know. I'm gushing on a little bit, but yeah, I just basically am just feeling really happy. And I just want to say, if you are someone who is not feeling your best at the moment, if your life is genuinely like, if you're someone who's waiting for the weekends and just waiting for life to give you a little bit something because you're that unhappy in your daily routine, this is your sign to change it, because life is meant to be lived. And that used to be me, and I used to be miserable going to work every day, doing what I thought society told me I should be doing, being a lawyer. I worked really hard to be a lawyer, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And now, even though I'm not financially in the best position, I'm doing stuff that I absolutely love, and I'm working towards these amazing goals. And yeah, things are happening, and it's making me really happy. So to wrap up that, I'm just in a really freaking good mood, guys. So I'm going to give you a quick run through on what training is going to look like for the week. The update that keeps on giving, the news that just doesn't go away, is I'm still getting over this cough. I want to say we're like on the end of it now. Like I know it's almost gone. Today I barely coughed, only I had a few occasions. So we're getting better, but I still have the pulled muscle in my ribs, which is limiting me a little bit. It hasn't limited my running, which is great. Yesterday I managed to do the run fine with no issues, but I'm too scared to do any upper body strength movements at the moment. I just think I need to rest and not risk anything with the marathon being so close out. So this week I'm not going to do any upper body work. Today I had a full rest day because, let's be honest, I was bloody dead after yesterday's long run. Tomorrow I'm going to do an easy run, and that easy run, pulling up my plan. So that easy run is a 6 kilometer run. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going back to F45 tomorrow morning, which again, I'm going to explain probably later in this video. But then I've got a 6K easy run tomorrow. Wednesday, I'm probably going to do a lower body session and then a 50-minute conversational pace run. Actually, I'll probably reverse that. I'll probably do the run and then the leg session after. Friday, I've got a 9K thirds run, which is essentially just an interval session, doing 3Ks at a 9K pace, 3Ks at an 8K pace, and 3Ks at another 8K pace. There you go, that's new for me. And then I've got a long run on Sunday, but it won't be too bad. It's only 11 kilometers, which who knew I'd be saying that one day, but compared to 30 kilometers, 11 kilometers is a fucking walk in the park. So that is what this week is gonna look like. I'm really excited to bring you guys along for another week of training. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, please do me a massive favor and hit the subscribe button and like this video. It helps me out so much. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this week's video. I should probably head to bed as I have to be up super early for this F45 session tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. What is up, guys? I'm in bed. I love it. I have become such a napper in my day-to-day now that I no longer work corporate, which is probably not a good thing. Technically, I'm not napping. I've just had a quiet afternoon after a very busy morning. So the good news is I'm on the mend, I think. I've barely coughed today, and that's the best thing ever. And I have 2 updates from my day. So first of all, I just want to apologize that I'm coming to you from my bed. I couldn't be arsed, so I'll keep this short. First of all, I did a 6K recovery run this morning. It didn't feel the easiest, but that's not surprising considering legs are still a little bit sore from Sunday's run, but overall not feeling too bad actually, so I'm pretty happy with that. Second of all, did my F45 thing this morning, and again, gonna explain all of that. Probably not right now because I'm in bed, but I will explain that later in the video. That is the update, and now I will pick you up when I look presentable and I'm not in bed. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I'm just on my way to work, the usual. I wanted to update you on my progress yesterday as I had 2 sessions planned for yesterday. So I'm gonna insert some footage now, but I did go to the gym in the morning with my partner. He's back, and I did do a leg session. So here is some footage from me doing the leg session now. I decided to go back to the gym later in the afternoon to do the 50-minute conversational pace run, and being honest, I went at like 4:30 in the afternoon and I was really tired. So I did go and I did do it, but it was like more of a jog and a walk and just like a nice like relaxing is not the right word, but more of a, like a very chill session. So that is the update. I've just been doing some admin in terms of the podcast and the YouTube channel and some content stuff, and yeah, I also just started a new book. I think it's Fourth Wing. Since getting the Kindle, I don't know the name of any books, but I started the Fourth Wing Iron Flame series, so I'm on book one of that, and I'm all loving it. I can understand why everyone's getting into fantasy like books, because it's so good. Anyway guys, I'm not going to keep chatting on the train, but that is the update in terms of my training, and I'm going to catch you guys a little bit later. Good morning! Happy Friday, guys. I am procrastinating just a little bit because I have a run to do this morning before work, and I'm tired, and the thought of going back to run on a treadmill, which I know I could run outside, but I don't want to deal with heels. But then I have to deal with the mentality of dealing with being on a treadmill. Anyway, I have a 9K run that's split into thirds today, where the first 3Ks are very slow, very chill, and then the remaining 6Ks it gets a bit faster. And yeah, I'm really procrastinating. I don't really want to do it. I find 4 runs a week quite challenging. I don't know, it's just like, it's all mental, but like I dare say it, I'm gonna say some forbidden stuff here. I will not miss this post-marathon. I will probably keep up running. In fact, I will keep up running at least until later like a little bit later in the year, because I have an event coming up, which I haven't told you guys, in July that requires me being able to run. So anyway, not getting into that now. I'm just procrastinating this run basically. And I thought this will be a really good opportunity. I can tell you guys exactly what's been happening with F45. So you may have guessed it, you may have not, you may not even care. For those who are playing along, I have just got a coaching job at an F45 near me, and I'm beyond excited. I think it's such a great opportunity. It's such a great place to start so early in like my fitness career. And the team there seems amazing, like such a great vibe. So yeah, I start coaching at F45 next week, and I'm really excited because they were like, let's get you in and get you going before you head away, because obviously with the marathon coming up, big holiday coming up, I was worried with how that would all play out, but they were so fine with it. So yeah, I start officially coaching there next week. I did a session earlier in the week, sort of coaching, shadowing, and just making sure that, yeah, everything was good on both ends. But it's all official now, and I'm just really excited. I'm so excited. Things are just kind of working themselves out. And last week you would have heard me say like things were just falling into place, like the universe has my back, and this is pretty much what I was referring to. It just worked so well. Obviously we won't know fully how it goes until I properly start and get into it, but the way I got this job, it was just like, so like things just fell into place basically. It's a story for another time, but yeah, that is the news. That is the update. I'm having a cup of tea now. Love. And you know what, I'm going to mention it as well. My podcast episode has just dropped. It's Friday, so the podcast drops on a Friday, and yeah, highly recommend. Okay, I'm gonna finish my tea, and then I am gonna go to the gym, hopefully in like the next like half hour, 45 minutes. I can't fuck around too much because I do have to get to work later this afternoon. Hi guys, okay. As you'll have seen, I did attempt a run today, and very disappointingly, I got really bad endo pain. And I've been getting more and more endo pain a lot more frequently lately, which is a bit scary and disappointing. And I think I know what it means. Like, it means that another surgery is imminent later this year, which sucks. Anyway, so I did barely any running, to be honest. I did, I think, a kilometer of running, well, maybe a bit more than a kilometer, and then 2Ks of walking, and not a very good tempo session. So I jumped on the bike for about half an hour and tried to do some speed work on there, but it's just not ideal at the end of the day. But gotta listen to my body. Like, I can't push it too much. So yeah, and like, to clarify, I ended up going to the bathroom after the run and confirmed that I was spotting and everything, which just proved that the pain wasn't in my head. Like, my body was like, surprise. Anyway, so I'm off to work now. Another fun Friday. I'm also having a lot of technology issues at the moment. The podcast that came out today seems to not be loading on Apple, and I don't know why. According to everything on the back end, it's up there. And Instagram has logged me out of my Endo Athlete account and won't log me back in. And I saw someone post saying that Instagram's having issues, but I can't fix it. Sorry, train has just come, so it's a bit noisy. So far, it's not my day apparently. Anyway, catch you guys a little bit later. Good morning guys, it is Sunday, which means it is a long run day. I got up nice and early this morning. I want to get into race day prep, sort of what I would do on the morning of my race day. So I got up nice and early, which was a struggle because you know when you're like, oh, I could sleep in like at least another hour or two right now, but I was like, no, we're gonna race day prep. So I got up nice and early, made myself a cup of tea, had just a simple sandwich for breakfast, and just got up, read my book just to wake up. I want to give myself at least 2 hours to digest my food. That is one thing, if you guys watched last week's vlog, we are working on, in particular, the next few weeks, is working on digestion and trying to sort my gut and my bowel out before the marathon. So look, there's only so much I can do with the condition of my bowel, having endometriosis, and I'm pretty confident that it's come back on my bowel because I'm having some very similar symptoms to what I've had previously. And obviously, if you hear me talk about it before, I just don't think my bowel ever recovered from surgery last time. So it's got its issues, okay, but we're gonna do our best to work with it and try and get it as best prepared for marathon day as we can. So this morning what I did, I gave myself 2 hours. It's literally been just over 2 hours now since I ate my breakfast. And then about half an hour before I started getting ready, like half an hour ago, right before I started getting ready, I took Gastro Stop, just to see if it'll keep my tummy settled. I don't know what the effects are of taking something like that when you don't actually have something like diarrhea or whatever, but I was like, I just want to take one and see how we go, see if that helps for today's run. So today's run is an 11K run, so it's actually not too bad. And I know, look, I pulled up at the gym. I'm doing it on the treadmill. I know you're all thinking, Kelly, what are you doing? Like, why are you not just running outside? Trust me when I say I'm really over the treadmill. Like, I get it. But there's a couple reasons. First of all, I'm pretty lazy. Like, I don't want to trek it into the city today. Got a few things on, and I just was like, I don't want to spend 40 minutes going in and 40 minutes coming home. So I just want to be close to home and do it at the gym. Even though I don't really want to, but we're doing it. Second of all, while I'm testing out bowel things, I need to be securely near a bathroom, okay? I just do. So as unideal as it is, I just need to be near a bathroom. And if you're going, why don't you just run close to home? I live in like the hilliest suburb. I can't even explain. There's barely anywhere flat. So I'm not doing that. I don't do hills. So I'm babbling on a little bit, but I've hopefully prepared enough. We're going to see how we go in terms of what I brought for fuel today, because it is only an 11K run. I brought my trusty Percy Pigs. I've looked up a few other ideas for fuel because I feel like, look, I have left this pretty last minute to prep properly, but I feel like in saying that, I wasn't concerned like I am now. Like, I feel like my bowel's just gotten worse. But anyway, I've looked up a few other things. So next week, I've got a big run again. I've got a 4.5 hour run, which I will do in the city. Saying it now, you can hold me to it. I will do it in the city next week because it's 4.5 hours, which I think will work out roughly to be around the 30K mark again. So I've looked up some different food options that I'm going to take with me on next week's run, probably some dried fruit and things like that. And then we'll see how we go. The other thing I want to say, I've taken Nurofen because, as you guys know, pulled a muscle from the cough I had, you know, a while ago, well, last week, whatever it was. I know, it was dragged on forever, really. But also I've started to feel like some runner's knee symptoms in my right leg again, which I'm not, like, it's annoying, but I'm not overly concerned about it because I've had this so many times before. And I think it's because I haven't had my regular check-in with my physio. Like, normally I see my physio every couple of weeks just to keep everything in check, and she'd like loosen up the tight quads and things like that. And by pure coincidence, it just hasn't happened. I think the first time I was sick, so I had to cancel. And then I was meant to see her last week and she was sick, so she had to cancel. And then I booked in to see her next week, and I've realized I now have a shift, I think, at a 45, so I can't see her. So it's a bit of a shit show at the moment, but I am gonna go see her, and I think that'll sort itself out. Yeah, Nurofen will just hopefully do the trick. It's not painful at the moment. It's just got that little ache to it that runner's knee gets, and it's more, I've noticed it outside the run. Like, it's not during the run that I'm getting the pain. Touch wood, we'll see how we go today. That is enough babbling on. I've got my Percy Pigs. I'm going to fill up just one water sachet today, and I've got a towel with me, headphones with me, and we're good to go. Anyway guys, I'll catch up with you either during the run or after the run. Wish me luck, let's go. And we're back in my car. Guys, 11Ks done and dusted, and that was a phenomenal run. Like, that felt so good. And the best news ever is that I didn't stop once, not to walk, not to go to the toilet, which was my biggest concern. So overall, just feeling phenomenal. It's bloody boiling hot in my car, so I'm not going to sit here too long. I am going to go get a coffee, and then I've got to jet home and shower, and I've got a podcast recording with Ella at midday. Yes, guys! Hey everyone, I thought I would just wrap up this weekly vlog, and I apologize if there's some background noise. My dryer is on. Thank you so much for joining me for another week of marathon training. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, donate to my Endometriosis Australia link, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.